Hello, welcome in part 3 of this tutorial, and today we're gonna focus on the textures, and also when you get some time we're gonna make a different varieties of bricks. So without any further ado, let's get going. But before we start texturing, I just wanna parent all the meshes together. So just select head, shoulders, legs and the waist and the upper body at last. Press Ctrl P and set parent to object keep transform. So now as wherever we're gonna select upper body and press G for grab, we're gonna move all parts along with it. Okay, so I'm gonna move this character to the right and I'm gonna split this viewport to a couple of new windows by going here on the corner of this viewport, and when you see that plus icon, just press left mouse button and drag your cursor to the right, and I'm gonna make another window. So when you see that plus, just drag the window down this time. Okay, now we're gonna choose a UV editor in this window, and in this window we're gonna set to shader editor and press N to close this bar. Okay, now we can create a new material, but before we're gonna create new material, I'm gonna go within object mode. You're gonna press Ctrl A to apply scale. Now tap for edit mode and U to unwrap, and you choose Smart UV project. We're gonna keep it very simple today, and you want to unwrap this every single mesh so you can bake a texture on like a 2D plane, because all 3D model textures are baked on 2D plane. But we're not gonna talk in a lot about it today, because I want to keep it very simple for beginners. Okay, so as soon as we unwrap this part, we can go here to the material properties and press new for creating new material, and you can go to the shader editor, and of course to have a preview of this material you need to go to the preview materials mode, and you can go away from the edit mode by pressing tab. And now from base color you can of course change any color you like. I want to keep it like a darker gray in this case. Okay, you can change the roughness of this material to 100% rough or the 0 roughness. You can add transmission, which is going to be look like a glass material. You can change the transmission roughness of this material, of course, and you can also create a metallic material. This looks like a metallic, but I want to keep it 0 metallic and just a bit of roughness. Okay, and also I would like to add some distortion to that material, like scratches or something. So you can go to Google and just type scratches, select images, and just you can just download any image with scratches on, and we can use that as a bump node scratch material. So let's say you saved one on your computer. You can go to shader editor, tab Shift A to add texture, image texture, and open that material what you saved. So in my case that will be this one. and select the color space to non-color data. Shift A, and we need to add vector bump node and just connect color to high and normal to normal. And now we can see we got scratches applied to our upper body, but I want to invert that, so scratches are inverted, and reduce that strength to something very, very small, so 0.004 will be enough in my case. Also, what I would like to do is you can scale the texture to have them scratches smaller by pressing tab, going to edit mode, and A to select everything in the UV editor tab, and as you can scale the all UVs, or also what you can do is just cancel this and going back to object mode and select the scratches, press and Ctrl D to have a texture coordinates on. But to have this, you need to enable the add-on by going to edit, preferences, add-ons, and just type node wrangler, and just make sure this node wrangler is enabled. So after that, when you select scratches and press Ctrl T, you will have that texture coordinate. And from here, you can adjust the scale. Okay, so I'll keep it like that. As you see, you've got the scratches visible. And also because we scale our character to 4 centimeters, and as we come closer with camera, you can see some meshes are disappearing. To fix that, you go into view and just clip start set to lower value than 0.01. So now, as you see, as you come closer, it's nothing's happening. All right, so we got our first material. So let's rename it. I double press on the name and just call it black. I'm gonna call it black. All right, so now I would like to create a yellow material for a head and for hands. To do this, just select head, for example, and you can also create a brand new material, but you need to repeat all them steps again. So what I'd like to do is just select black, what we already created, and just press here to make a copy of it. As you see, you got a copy, so you got like a 2 separate material. And now you can change the color of this copied material to something you like. So I'm gonna press change something to yellow, and I'm gonna rename it yellow. And also, of course, you have to go to the edit mode first. A to select all faces, U to unwrap, and just choose Smart UV Project. Press OK. And now we got all them scratches included in this yellow material. So I want to apply now this yellow material and create a new material for the shoulders. So select shoulder, press slash to the isolation mode, edit, go to edit mode, A to select everything, U to unwrap the Smart UV project. See, everything is unwrapped now. And I'm gonna select the yellow material first. But I would like to have a sleeve. I would like to have sleeve in blue color. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna face selection mode. Select this face first. Press and hold Control and a plus on your numpad, and select all them face loops up to here. And now I'm gonna add new material slot and I select a black material again, but gonna make a copy of it. Double click, I'm gonna call it blue and just change the color for a blue. Something like this, and you need to press assign. So all that color will be assigned to them faces selected. Okay. Tab for going to object mode, slash to going out of the isolation mode, and we're gonna do same on our right shoulder. So slash A, tab for edit mode, A to select everything, U, and choose Smart UV project. Now tab for apply yellow color first, and then have a face selection mode. Select this face, press and hold Control, and just select all them loops. And add new material, and just select blue and assign. Okay, you can also, for example, change any loops you like or a face for different color, like this. And I want to, or change it, or create a brand new color, but I want to keep it like that. Okay, so slash for going from isolation mode, tab for going to object mode. Now we're gonna apply new material to our waist. So select our waist, press tab, U, Smart UV project to unwrap. Going out from edit mode by pressing tab to object mode. And I'm gonna choose a blue material, but this time I'm gonna make it a bit darker. So I'm gonna make a copy of it. Slide it that bar down. It's gonna be something like this, and just rename it to dark blue. And we're gonna apply same material to our legs, but first of all, tap for edit mode, A to select everything, U to unwrap, and Smart UV project, and apply that dark blue. And then we're gonna do same on this end. So tap U, Smart UV project, okay. Tap for object mode and just select the dark blue. So we've got a basic texture on our character. And now what I'd like to do is to add some kind of image on his upper body part. And I'm going to use mine logo. You can use any image. And I show you how to use a transparent background from PNG images. So I'm going to keep it very simple. So Shift and a right mouse click to add a 3D cursor here. Shift A to add texture, and I'm going to choose plane. I'm going to scale this plane down like so. R, X, and I type 90 degrees to rotate by 90 degrees, and G, Y to move it out of your mesh like this. One for a front view, G to just place it in the center like that, and we're gonna create new material. So create new, and I call this logo. We go into the texture editor. I'm gonna press Shift A, add texture, image texture, and I'm gonna open one of material I want to add. So this case gonna be my logo. It's a PNG file, so it's got transparent background. So just connect color to base color. And as you see, nothing's happening. It's still got like a black background. But as soon as you connect alpha to alpha and going down on your material properties to settings and just change blend mode to alpha clip. So now as you see, we got transparent background. Okay, but it only works with a PNG file, remember, when it's got alpha channel included. And now as you also what you can notice is art upper body is scratched, but this logo isn't, because he never add any bump, because we didn't add any bump into our texture. So now what I'm gonna do now, so going in here, Shift A, texture, image texture, open, just open the scratch material what we used before, Shift A, add vector, bump, color to high, normal to normal. Make sure that's is changed for non-colored data, like so. And we got our scratches. I'm gonna press invert to invert them scratches. And of course we're gonna reduce the scale, the strength, 0.004 again. It might be not visible, but they are here. If you increase the value, you can see them, okay. Alright, we don't need any coordinate this time. I'm gonna keep it like that. And also now what we want to do to stick that plate to stick that plane onto our t-shirt, so it's gonna be looks like this image is actually printed on our t-shirt, on our upper body. To do so, we're gonna use a shrink flip modifier. So selecting our image, selecting our plane with image, go into modifier tab, add modifier, and just choose shrink wrap modifier. And using eyedropper tool, select our upper body mesh. So it's now sticked, but it's too close, so you can see them shading because the meshes are actually on top of each other. So you want to change snap mode to the outside surface, change offset to something like 0.0001. Because we scale it down to 4 centimeters or our character, they need to be very, very small values, so 0.00001. Now that should be it. Okay. And now we're gonna parent this plane into our upper body. So as long as you move this around, we're gonna move this one as well. So selecting our plane, shift select our upper body after Control P, set parent to object, keep transform. Now we can move the thing, our image along with the rest of the mesh. Okay, and of course we need the face. So I'm gonna press 1 to the orthographic front view. Don't bother that if this image isn't visible. It's gonna be visible in the render mode, just because it's so close to our mesh that is disappearing, but don't bother about it. Shift right mouse click to bring 3D cursor here. Shift A and select the plane again and the S for scale. R, X and 90 to rotate it along x-axis by 90 degree and a scale it like that. Or we apply any texture to it and a shrink wrap modifier, because it's gonna be wrapped around the round object. We need to add some extra topology to it. So press tab for edit mode, right mouse click, subdivide and subdivide couple of times. That should be enough. Okay, so now you can go into material panel, press new, and I'm gonna call it face. We're gonna select the texture material for our face. So Shift A in shader editor, texture, image texture. Press open, and I'm gonna use this one. Gonna connect to the base color and alpha to alpha. And also in settings, change blend mode to alpha clip. So we've got our face, and we're gonna use our shrink wrap modifier now. So go into modifier tab, add modifier, shrink wrap, and as eyedropper tool, select our head. Change that to outside surface and increase that to like before 0.00003. Even more now this time. I can use that to 0.005, and you can also use shade smooth. Have a nice shade smooth. And don't forget to parent this now with our head by selecting this plane and select our head after Ctrl P, object keep transform. So wherever we're gonna rotate the head, for example, that face, that plane, and with the face will rotate it along with. Okay, so now we can add some texture to this base plate as well. I go into texture mode and I select this one, press tab for edit mode, A to select everything, U to unwrap, smart UV project, tab for object mode, just choose any color you like, yellow, and I'm gonna change this to green, so I'm gonna copy this color, double click on it, call it green, and just choose the green color from our color picker. Okay. So you've got a couple of things done so far. I would like to create a new character, girl this time. So I'm gonna select all the meshes by pressing and holding Shift. I'm gonna press Shift D to duplicate it, X to move along X-axis, and just move this here, and just make some, just change the color for a, and make some adjustment to it. So I'm gonna change, first of all, I'm gonna change the logo on the t-shirt to something different. So select our plane with logo and make a copy of it. And I call this a logo 2. And just select a different image, any image or whatever you like. I'm gonna add a dragon. And that this dragon is squished. So I'm gonna go tab to edit mode. As you see here, that's our dragon and that's our UV island. So this should be exactly same size as this, as it like looks like a square, but this one is rectangle. So I'm gonna select all the verticals, S to scale, and X along X axis, and G for grab along X axis, and just move this UV in the center like so. I'm gonna change the face impressions. So same, select this plane, just make a copy of it, and I'm gonna call it girl face. Select texture, scale this a bit. Like so. And I'm going to modifier tab again and increase this because it's too close. So increase to 0.008. That's right enough. Right. And also I'm going to change the color of this character. So probably I'm going to create new material. I'm going to start from legs. So I'm going to duplicate that dark blue. So choose a different color, cream or so. And I'm going to call it cream. Select this leg. I'm going to change color to the cream. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to select to cream. I'm going to change that one to like a pink. I'm going to create new color. I'm going to copy that black. Choose the dark pink and change the name dark pink. All right. The color of sleeves are going to change to something different. I'm going tab for edit mode. You can select like all faces including with blue color by pressing this color and press select. So it's going to select all the faces where that color is assigned, and you can change the now color. So I'm going to use black this time, and this arm going to tap, going to edit mode, make sure there's nothing selected. Select color, would like to select all faces, press select, and I'm going to change this to black as well. Okay, so we got now two characters. So now we can start creating some different varieties of bricks. I would like to scale this window up so you can see better. And this one is too thin, so I'm gonna make it a bit thicker just by selecting it, go in tab to edit mode, have a face selection mode, select this bottom face, one to the front orthographic view, G for grab, Z to move it along Z axis. So that should be enough. And now we're gonna copy this couple of times, Shift D, Z, and move it along Z axis down. Shift D again and moving along Z axis like so. So you can have a idea how thick the brick should be. So to create the brick, just gonna copy that top layer, Shift D, and then move it X in here. I'm gonna go to modifier tab and just reduce the count of array modifiers back to 1. And I'm gonna go to the edit mode, 1 to orthographic view, G for grab, Z to move it down like so. So you got like a base, first a brick. I'm gonna Shift D to duplicate it, X to move it along X axis, and I'm gonna add extra array. So we're gonna have brick like this. Shift D to duplicate, X to move along X axis. I'm gonna make a brick like this. Shift D, X. Gonna reduce this to make it like a double. Shift D, X. I'm gonna make like this. I'm gonna make different varieties of this brick as well. So I'm gonna top view by pressing 7, Shift D, Y to move it along Y axis. Now slash to go into isolation mode. I'm gonna apply all modifiers now by press Ctrl A or just apply manually like that. And going to tab, going to edit mode, select everything by pressing A, M to merge everything by distance, to remove all to remove doubles. After modifier, after array modifier, there are some doubles usual in our models. So to remove all and then decrease that to 0.0001. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to edge selection mode. Select this edge on this side and G for grab, Z. Make brick like this. Okay, slash to going out from isolation mode. And that should be it. You can also change the color of them bricks. So I'm gonna create a new colors. Going to material properties and copy this green. And I'm gonna make it like something like this. And I'm gonna call him dark cream. Okay. Just select this, change it for dark cream as well. This one for dark cream. This one I'm gonna use darker green. So I'm gonna copy this, select slider down, and I call it dark green. This one, for example, I'm gonna create a brown color. Like so. Brown. And this one I would like to have like a bright yellow. Bright blue. Copy it and just create something like this. Call it light blue. Okay. So we've got a selection of our bricks, and we can stop this part in here, and in next part we can start to build a little scene from the bricks, and also we can create a new bricks along the way. So thanks for watching and see you in part 4.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly.